welcome to UToledo Mindful Monday. I'm Professor Jay, and I shall be your host. One of the things that's important is to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves, right? And we're doing that in multiple ways. And interestingly, sometimes we can get it wrong, right? Sometimes we have an instinct or an impulse about how we're going to take care of ourselves and what will be good, and we can actually overdo it, right? Like, for example, maybe coffee, maybe caffeination might be like that. You know, in moderate amounts, using it to help take care of ourselves, to bring some energy to the moment, you can make a case for it. I certainly enjoy a nice cup of coffee, but you know what? It can be overdone also, right? Same thing with a lot of stuff like exercise. You know, an appropriate amount of exercise is fantastic. Not enough is a real detriment. Too much actually can cause injury and problems. What's the right amount? What's the middle way? What's the moderate amount of this, you know? And you know, it's the same thing for alcohol. Alcohol is a very powerful thing. It's a part of life for human beings, has been for a long time. It can be wielded in a way that's workable and appropriate. If it's something you choose to do, you can certainly choose to abstain entirely, and that's great. People do that all the time. It can be also overdone. It can be a major problem, right? So the suggestion here this week is to be mindful of how you're interacting with substances and how you're interacting with self-care, and how are we actually in the right balance with things, you know? So pay attention. I've noticed for myself that there's a kind of a right amount of caffeination, tea and coffee, that actually is enhancing, and there's definitely a line there, and if I go past it, it's not good for anybody, right? Same thing with alcohol, you know? So pay attention to your use of caffeine. I'm going to suggest water, like good, natural, good for you water. Drink water, you know, and then maybe if you can limit caffeine, you know, have some maybe in the morning, be done by noon, put some water in there instead as the day goes on. You might find that it's actually enhancing and good for you. So we'll see you next week. Moderation is the way to go.